Hi, folks. Welcome back to Critical Corner from Breitbart News. Debate Commission will silence microphones in final debate. You miss a lot of the back and forth that way. What a shame. The Commission on Presidential Debates has adopted a new rule ahead of Thursday's second and final presidential debate and will silence the microphone of the candidate who does not have the floor during the uninterrupted 2-minute periods at the start of each segment. Might not be the end of the world. We'll see. The commission cited their prior announcement to consider additional structure to the, I like that, in quotation marks, to future debates following the first presidential debate with moderator Chris Wallace. The first debate saw several interruptions from both candidates and Wallace. While Joe Biden, Democrat, set the tone by interrupting first, Wallace later stated that Trump bore the primary responsibility for what occurred later in the debate. And it goes on, the commission has determined it is appropriate to adopt measures intended to promote adherence to agreed-upon rules and inappropriate to make change of those rules in a statement detailing its plan to enforce the rule. Oh, really? Oh, really? So this debate was supposed to be about foreign policy. Well, guess what? There's no foreign policy in this debate and the last debate. Why? Let's see. Chinese money? Going to the Biden family, maybe? Can't bring that up. That's foreign policy. It's crazy. And they go on as the rules and it's the forced agreed upon rules and blah, blah, blah. That's the full statement. The commission announced the topics for the upcoming debate last week, selected by moderator Christine Welker. Yeah, she's a real pro-Trump person. She hates Trump's guts, always has. It was Senator Bob Dole. God bless him. He's still going. He said that I know all the Republicans on the debate commission, and none of them like the president. It's really unfair. The whole thing's crooked. When was the last time you heard Bob Dole complain about anything? The commission announced the topics of the upcoming debate last week, selected by moderator Christine Welker. Oh, they get the moderator gets to pick the topics. You know, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is like the prosecuting attorney, the judge, and the jury are all the same person. That's fair. Who has established ties to the Democrat Party? Established ties? You should really look into that. $20,000, $30,000 at a clip her parents and her family gave Obama over the years each time. It's just incredible to me. And she's constantly acting like a jerk in the press room. I don't know how they even got away with this. And as tough as Trump is, I don't know how he allowed it. President Trump has already expressed his opinion of Welker ahead of the debate, describing her as terrible and unfair, just like most of the fake news reporters. Well, yeah, it's true. She's been terrible and unfair, just like most of the fake news reporters, but I'll still play the game that people know. How's Steve Scully doing? That's really great. That's to the C-SPAN Steve Scully, who was found out he was sending a Twitter to Scaramucci, and then he lied and said his Twitter account was hacked, and he's done that before in the past, so he was suspended from C-SPAN, even though he's been there 30 years. What a goofball. What a goofball. So you've got to ask yourself, why is Trump doing this? He knows it's rigged. Oh, by the way, here's a tweet from Donald Trump Jr. Yikes, here we go again. Of course. I'll still play the game that people know. We'll see what happens. This thing is so rigged. I mean, I think deep down in people's hearts, the American people, most people for that matter in the world, but especially Americans, we are very much against cheating and stacking the deck and unfairness, even as somebody you don't like. And there's a lot of people that don't like Donald Trump. I should say President Trump. There's a lot of people that don't like him. And that's okay. I mean, I learned a long time ago when I was a councilman in a city in upstate New York that if you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. So there's a third that can't stand me. There's a third that love me. And there's a third in the middle that, whatever. And that's the way things are. But Americans are deep down, they believe in fairness. They believe in justice. They believe doing the right thing and giving people a fair chance, whether they dislike them or not, like a sporting event. Get caught cheating. It's bad, bad, bad. Our culture hates that. We'll see how it goes. It may get to the point where the president just says to hell with it. This whole thing is fixed, and you people ought to be ashamed of yourselves and just walk off the stage. I'll tell you the truth, I would put it past him. I know that's what I would do if it got to a certain point, it got so bad. Or is it the old Napoleon, I believe it was Napoleon saying, don't ever interrupt your enemy especially when they're making a mistake. And maybe this is it. Maybe they're going to show again to the people that, you know what? God, you treat this guy so unfairly. You know, Trump's not a perfect person. There's a lot to criticize him over without cheating, without constantly pounding him. I think if they were even-handed with him, I think Biden would have a lot better chance in the election. I think what's happened is some people, the 3 or 4% I think they're going to make the difference in the election, they're starting to feel bad for the president. And that takes some doing. Yeah, he's cocky. Yeah, he's arrogant. Yeah, he's sometimes an ass. All right, who isn't? And I'll tell you the truth, we're going to see what happens. But we're going to see how he handles it. Now, we know from the first debate that he was ill. He wasn't feeling well. So maybe that had a lot to do with his attitude and or how he did things. So we're going to see. I mean, this whole thing's been rigged from the beginning. But, you know, Trump, he's one of those guys that, you know, he doesn't shy down from a challenge. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Well, being that Joe Biden, his campaign put a lid on his appearances today to the press, that for those who don't know, that means no public appearances, no statements from the candidate, in this case, Joe Biden. So you won't hear from him from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until Thursday night. So that's 4 days, nothing from the candidate, no questions, no nothing, 14 days before the election. What the hell are these guys afraid of? I think we already know. Anyway, folks, that's a story about the debate coming up Thursday night. Stay tuned. Bring your popcorn. And until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.